Imagine waking up one morning and your AI has already handled your day before you even got out of bed. It rescheduled a meeting that clashed with your gym session, drafted 3 emails, ordered your groceries, and flagged an article it knew you'd want to read. You didn't ask it to do any of that, it just did it. That might sound like something out of a sci-fi film, but it isn't. That is the direction artificial intelligence is heading in 2026, and it's moving faster than most people realize. Today we're going to break down what's actually happening in AI right now, why this moment is different from everything that came before it, and what it genuinely means for your life, your work, and your future. No hype, no fluff. Just the real picture. Let's start with the biggest shift in AI, and the one people still aren't fully grasping. For the past few years, AI has mostly been reactive. You type something in, it responds. You ask a question, you get an answer. It's useful, no question about it, but fundamentally, it's still just a very sophisticated tool. You're always the one in control. That dynamic is changing right now, and the change is enormous. The most significant development in AI in 2026 is the rise of what's known as agentic AI. These are systems that don't just respond to instructions. They plan, they act, they use tools, and they complete complex multi-step goals on their own. The difference between traditional AI and agentic AI is the difference between a calculator and an employee. A calculator gives you an output based on an input. An employee takes a goal and figures out how to achieve it. So instead of saying, write me an essay on climate change, you might say, research the latest science, write a 10-minute video script, create a slide deck, and send it to my team by Friday. And the AI doesn't wait for you to guide it step by step. It just executes. That is a completely different category of technology, because once AI can act independently and pursue goals without constant human direction, it stops being software in the traditional sense and starts becoming something much closer to a digital coworker. And in many organizations right now, that's exactly what it's becoming. Now let's look at where this is actually showing up in the real world, because it's no longer confined to tech demos and research labs. Healthcare is one of the clearest examples. AI is accelerating drug discovery at a pace that would have been almost impossible to imagine just a few years ago. Processes that once took years of laboratory work are now being compressed into months. AI systems can analyze vast data sets, identify promising compounds, simulate how they might interact with the human body, and highlight the most viable options for researchers to pursue. It's not replacing scientists, it's amplifying what they can do. Beyond drug discovery, AI is improving how medical data is analyzed, how clinical trials are designed, and how patterns in patient records are identified earlier and more accurately. We're still in the early stages, but the trajectory is clear. This is going to transform healthcare in a very real way, but healthcare is just one piece of the picture. In business, something equally important is happening. Companies are adopting AI at very different speeds, and the results are starting to diverge dramatically. Some organizations are becoming 2, 3, even 5 times more productive by deeply integrating AI into their workflows. Others are using it occasionally, maybe to draft emails or summarize documents, without changing how they fundamentally operate. And the gap between those two groups is growing wider every month. The companies pulling ahead are the ones that have stopped thinking of AI as a tool and started thinking of it as infrastructure, like electricity or the internet. Not something you use occasionally, but something your entire operation runs on. For individuals, the same principle applies, whether they realize it yet or not. At the same time, the AI models themselves are becoming significantly more capable. This isn't just about small improvements. The latest generation of systems is qualitatively better at handling complex problems. They can reason through multi-step challenges, maintain context over longer interactions, and work with far larger amounts of information than before. What that means in practice is that AI is moving beyond generating text and into actually solving problems. It can write functional code, plan projects, debug systems, analyze data, and produce meaningful insights. It's shifting from being a novelty to becoming a genuine cognitive tool, and it's still improving quickly. The systems we'll have even a year from now will likely make today's models feel like early versions of something much bigger. There's another shift happening that doesn't get nearly as much attention, but it's just as important. AI is moving off the cloud and onto your personal devices. Until recently, most advanced AI required sending your data to remote servers, waiting for it to be processed, and then receiving a response. That approach works, but it comes with trade-offs. It requires a stable internet connection, it introduces delays, and your data leaves your device. Now, models are being optimized to run locally on phones and laptops. This is often referred to as edge AI, and it matters for a few key reasons. It's faster, because there's no need to send data back and forth. It's more private because your information stays on your device, and it's more reliable because it works even when you're offline. The long-term vision is an AI assistant that lives directly on your device, understands your habits and context, and responds instantly without needing to rely on a remote server. That future is closer than it might seem. AI also isn't staying confined to the digital world. It's moving into the physical world through robotics. We're already seeing AI-powered machines that can perform precise physical tasks, adapt to changing environments, and work alongside humans. These systems are becoming more capable and more reliable over time. And when you combine AI's ability to process information and make decisions with machines that can act in the real world, you start to unlock entirely new possibilities. Automated manufacturing, smarter logistics, adaptive infrastructure, systems that don't just plan but physically execute. We're at the very beginning of that shift, but its impact will be significant. Now, it's important to acknowledge that alongside all of this progress, there are real risks. Cybersecurity is one of them. As AI becomes better at analyzing complex systems, it also becomes better at identifying weaknesses. That capability can be used to strengthen security, but it can also be used to exploit vulnerabilities. The balance between those two uses is something that governments, companies, and individuals all need to take seriously. Then there's the impact on work. The conversation around AI and jobs often swings between extremes, but the reality is more nuanced. AI is not going to eliminate work altogether, but it is going to change what valuable work looks like. Tasks that are repetitive and process-driven are increasingly likely to be automated. At the same time, AI is expanding what individuals are capable of doing. A single person, equipped with the right tools, can now accomplish work that previously required an entire team. That changes the economics of how work gets done. It creates new opportunities, but it also creates pressure to adapt. The common thread through all of this is simple. The people who understand how to work with AI are going to have a significant advantage over those who don't. Not because AI replaces everyone else, but because those who use it effectively become far more capable and far more productive. So when you step back and look at the bigger picture, it becomes clear that 2026 represents a genuine turning point. AI has moved beyond being just a useful tool. It's becoming infrastructure, it's being embedded into healthcare, business operations, personal devices, and even the physical world around us. It's becoming more autonomous, more capable, and more deeply integrated into how things work. And the most important shift of all is this: AI is moving from something you use to something that works for you. That distinction might sound subtle, but it changes the entire relationship. It transforms AI from a passive tool into an active collaborator. And the people who recognize that shift and learn how to use it effectively now are going to be far ahead of everyone else. Not because of a single breakthrough moment, but because of the compounding advantage that comes from using powerful tools well over time. If you want to stay on top of how AI is developing and what it actually means for your life and your work, make sure you stay tuned, because this space is moving quickly and there's a lot more to come. And take a second to think about it for yourself. Do you find all of this exciting, overwhelming, or somewhere in between? That reaction alone says a lot about how you're going to approach what comes next.